Hi friends, welcome back to Dergy. Be playing Persona 5 Royal. Look at Morgana in my bed being a cute ass fucking kitty cat. And I don't actually remember if after Mementos we can do anything around here. I think you can still do things around Mementos. Or around Sojiro's place. Yes, I can.
Okay.
But I am... Let's see. 6 lockpicks. Yeah, I'm good. That's all I really want to make sure that I have. So, honestly, not even go-homes. Because I've been fine without them, really. A couple is all I'm gonna need just in case. Just in case. Like, just because I'm really in a pickle. And that probably won't be for a few palaces. Probably. Because, honestly, at this point, I know exactly how to get through. I just end up getting through them. Just kind of with passive gameplay knowledge, and some active as well. From both Royal and from the original, for these first, like, 3 or 4 palaces even. Definitely first 3 or so. Though Kanashiro's, I do remember, starts to get a little bit dicey sometimes. But Wadarame's a piece of cake anymore for me, for sure. As is Kamoshida's. Regardless, I still take my time. I would like to make some more coffee. And also, again, Sojiro, I want to make sure that I can re-confidant with him.
Now listen up.
Okay, fine. Well, yeah, I'm making some coffee. Actually, wait, hold on. I can probably talk to customers into leaving, right? Yeah. Or, I can listen to them. Hey, we're heading out. This place is closing soon. What? I don't want to watch TV. There's a special on the guy they call Detective Prince Keshi. They're still doing the news. He'll make it home in time. Poor man. He's here sitting talking about this hot detective on TV. So as you can see his face anytime. That pretty boy's seen on TV a lot lately. I mean, as far as I'm aware, I guess it's not like an absolute that they're a couple, but that is what I assumed. That's probably the easiest thing to assume. Mm-hmm. With 2 people sitting across from each other like this, you know? That it's a date, you know? But anyway.
Hey.
All sorts, at least, men and women for sure, but it can also be, otherwise. But it's probably just me assuming that, really. But it seems to be that they are a couple, but who knows, man. Or at least dating. All sorts of people gather in the big city. Cooks are everywhere. Fallen victim to a large-scale personal info leak. The client information of a few Japanese companies has been leaked online to the public. Tens of thousands of clients' personal information was exposed, and many are voicing concern. Experts believe that an international hacker group may be responsible.
For real?
So someone stole all that personal information about all those people. Whoa. Spokane. That I do believe is the medjed that isn't Futaba. The medjed that's just random hackers.
I have something.
I do believe so. Can I come in? Alright, so Susan Locke will go home after listening in on them. So more than once? Hold on. Like, I guess I have to listen to them again. Okay. Okay, yep. Yep. Okay, that was weird. See? I listened to that whole conversation once and they didn't budge. And is that a bug? I don't know, man. Oh yeah, there's a crossword puzzle here too. Let's go ahead and do that, because that doesn't take time. Hanami cherry tree viewing? No, cherry blossom viewing, right? Yeah. I don't even need to do the side stuff, because cherry blossoms are just a huge, like, if you're enough of a weeb, you could probably get this, because cherry blossoms are just a huge thing in manga. They're, like, a lot of scenes in anime, in Japanese media, like, in a lot of scenes in anime, cherry blossoms are blowing through the wind and all that, Yeah. Known as flower watching in English, Hanami is an old Japanese tradition for viewing the cherry blossoms and enjoying the arrival of spring. The flower mentioned in traditional Japanese poetry actually refers to the plum flower. It's said that cherry blossoms overtook the usage during the Heian period. Huh.
Alright.
I see.
Oh wow, even I couldn't figure that one out.
Nice.
Maybe you got a bit smarter after solving this crossword puzzle. Yeah, I'm a smurdered on me. Get a bit of knowledge from that. Alright, cool. I'm pretty sure you can't do any more, so, yeah, it's, well,
Man.
I know you're bored, but I don't think you played enough. Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. Look over the trivia. Oh, meaning you can reread the trivia? That's neat. Or unless you can also read the trivia you've already seen? Let me look and see about that.
Man.
Okay, yeah! It shows the trivia that you've already unlocked by completing prior puzzles. That's cool. I like that.
Hey.
Yeah, never know this kind of stuff will come in handy. In fact, I think it might actually literally come in handy for school. But don't quote me, like, in-game, but don't quote me on that.
Let's do it.
I feel like he'd only say that if that is true in some way in gameplay, though maybe not. Anyway. You try making some coffee? Heck yeah.
Make sure your clothes up.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I'm smelling good coffee. Oh, yeah. Yep, smelling good coffee is good
Yes.
shiznit, man.
All right.
I love that shit. When you're drinking, it makes it look delicious. Indeed, LeBlanc coffee. Looks like the chief's gentlemanly charm is rubbing off on you, and the caffeine. The caffeine is making me more charming. Drugs, man.
Well then.
We should rest now. We have a big day tomorrow.
So it's you. You did use this line now that I think about it.
Hello, Yusuke. You can stop being an asshole, except you won't until we show you what the fuck Madarame's heart looks like. And then you'll turn over a new leaf, but for right now, you're an asshole and a thorn in our side. And sadly, it's the same I can say for Makoto until she basically decides on her own to join us. Essentially. Which, you know, we'll see that happen in Kanashiro's arc. That'll be after this one. I mean, the palaces really do feel like and flow like anime arcs to me. And I really like that. Anywho.
Anyhow, what's with this sudden change in attitude? I was contacted by Takamaki-san last night. She's accepted the nude modeling proposition. That's nice, of course, but I hope you aren't conspiring anything.
He's smart, man. He's on to us. We're not gonna be hostile back at him. He doesn't deserve it.
I don't understand. Nevertheless, I'll call the police if you try anything. Remember that.
Oh, yes.
I'm wondering why he would respond to that with, I don't understand, but anyway. I wonder if that's like a translation thing. I'm not sure. That's not really clear as to why he said that, to me, at least. If y'all have any idea, then let me know. Oh yeah, the great artist Madarame is holding an exhibition in Shibuya right now. Yeah, great artist. More like great con man. He's really good at being a con man. Artist, no. I've gotten to see his work before, but wow, they're truly incredible because they're from actually talented kids that he drains the creativity from and then kicks to the curb. I saw some of his interviews too. He really is a charming fellow. Yeah, there's definitely that going for him. But yeah, he uses it to cover up the fact that he's a fucking slimy master that needs to stop being so successful at least. And thankfully, we are going to put the brakes on what he's doing. It's rare to see a gentleman artist like him in a field known for having a lot of eccentric types. Yeah, that's because he's not actually a gentleman. He's probably more insane than most artists. By the way, you seem far removed from the arts, Dergy. Oh, wow. You can tell by
Here's a
looking at
question.
me, dude. Judgmentalism, man. Is it just me, or are judgmental viewpoints in Japan more common than over here in the West? Is that just a cultural thing? Because I swear to God, a lot of these kinds of things, are they more common in Japan, or is it just to highlight this whole feeling of we're outcasts and everyone hates us in Persona 5? That would make sense, but let me know if in Japan this kind of stuff is more common than over in America, because over here, a lot of this stuff doesn't really happen, really? There's a lot of judgmental people that are, but it's hard to explain what I'm talking about. You don't really see a lot of this kind of dialogue happening. Anyway. At least I haven't, I suppose. Time to cheat. Wait. Cheat. I can't cheat. What? There's literally no ability to cheat unless it's not working. Unless, like, the middle button isn't deciding to work. It's the middle button, right? Yeah, no. I can't look at the answer, can I?
This is
Ah, shit! I fucked it up. Oh, no, I didn't. I just randomly chose the right one. That's funny. That feels good, but it feels. Wait, do I not have access to the Phantom Thieves network? Did I accidentally choose no, or did it not connect? I'll have to look, and I'm gonna restart the game and make sure that whenever I can get a save point in. Anyway, because I think that might be the problem here. Hokusai had a habit of moving, but he also changed his name quite a lot, at least 30 times throughout his life. His sole interest was his art, so he stayed in poverty, wore tattered clothes, and lived in squalor. Hey, did you get that question? I wasn't even close. Maybe he actually is smart. I'm kind of surprised. Oh my god. I'm wearing glasses, dude. A lot of people tend to think that if you're a glasses-wearing person, you're smarter. These people are deciding that we're not smart based on the fact that there's rumors around going that we're delinquent. That, spoilers, 99.999999999% of them are not true. It is true that I got pinged for assault. But, like, if a cop was actually there, he probably would have arrested the dude first. Like, if a cop saw it happening, they would have arrested the dude probably because he was being really loud and obnoxious about it, right? Before we even had a chance to try to stop him, you know?
Nice going.
Now, granted, even in that scenario, he probably has the power to just get himself out of jail. And maybe even get the cop, like, fired or ruined in some other way, or even probably killed. I bet he'd send a catchy to kill him. I actually would not be surprised about that shit. Since we, you know, like I said, I'm assuming y'all have played the game, so you know about that whole thing. It's quite modest, too. All master artists, past and present, always put their art above their fame. That is what I'm attempting to do. I don't want to be famous or make a lot of money doing this. Honestly, frankly, I hope I end up being able to make enough of a living off of my art, off of what I'm doing, but that will never be primary. Because frankly, I'd rather never have to do a normal job in my life. Because I've tried a few. It's not right for me. The only thing that I can focus on and actually be able to continue focusing on is the things that I love doing. Games, writing, music, that kind of a thing. So, at this point, I refuse to make a living any other way. And I'll figure out how to do it. But anyway, we're gonna get it no matter what. After school.
Well then.
Well then, Lady Anna and I will head over to Madarame's house. Oh boy, and, well,
Morgana?
time to fast forward the shit fuck out of all this, because this entire scene is really just embarrassment times a billion, and I'm not going to entertain this right now. It's funny. It's hilarious. But right now, I'm just not able to... Oh boy, there's your clothes. Like, you get the gist of what's happening, even if you don't remember what's going on here, but you should. It's a very memorable scene, and I don't know if the reasons are good ones as to why it's memorable. At least for me, it's just, you know, yay on fan
Seriously
service.
gonna be able to pull this off?
There's enough of that already, and it's not embarrassing to me to even witness it, you know. But that stuff is just, you know, like, and also that whole thing paints Yusuke as just a complete idiot. And also just someone who, like, I don't know. It's just a comedic scene. It's one of those things, you know what I mean? I don't really care for that. Anywho, this scene I am definitely goose for playing out, so let's do it. I'm seriously gonna be able to pull this off. By the way, I love the people framing that door, which is probably supposed to represent the students that he has already plagiarized from and kicked the fuck out.
She was saying stuff like, I'll just seduce him with my acting, but that sounds out of her league.
Here we go. Here's enough of that. Here's all we really need to know from that scene. Hey.
Plus, we ain't got one sign this place is gonna open. Isn't Madarame coming home soon? On top of that, even if Mona's able to unlock the door, how's he gonna show it to Madarame? And then even if they do show it open, any normal person would just close it right up again. Doesn't that mean we only got a few seconds to get in? To be blunt, won't it be a miracle if this works?
Let's just wait and see.
Yeah. It's almost time.
Please, can you just wait?
So there we go. They got it open. That's all I really care about regarding that scene. And this is where Yusuke starts to become aware of what well, he's about to in a few seconds, really. Become aware of things about Madarame that he actually won't be able to forgive. Just because, you know, of the fact that he owes him his life, or decided that he did, just because he took him in. They're amazing.
Yeah, for real. Let's go.
I would say that An and Morgana both are amazing for other reasons than the fact they pulled this off. But yeah, let's do it!
All right.
Okay, let's find the control room, quick. The path's gonna close up if we dick around for too long. Heck, it's just gonna be me and you for a bit. If we get right in anyway. If you're good, let's kick some fucking tail, motherfucker. Yeah, I'll be counting on you. Same, Ryuji, same. Let's do this shit, isn't it? Heck, yeah. Let's do it. We camera spin for no reason other than I want to. Okay. I'm just a hoip Durgan right now. Let's keep going. My RPG exploration is kicking in because I wanted to make sure there was nothing behind that. I'm gonna check the other side too, but there's probably nothing there. Let's fucking do it.
Hey.
Get out of our way.
Sorry.
Yep, that's us. We're about to fook you up.
They got past the security system? You cannot go any further. You are trespassing on Lord Madarame's territory.
You guys ain't got nothing on us. I'm more scared of screwing up and having On yell at me.
Same though, actually.
It's time.
I guess let's actually debuff first, just to make sure.
All right.
Yeah, that was a good time to do that. 'Cause not very much. I highly, highly doubt this is gonna work on him. Okay, no, it's not. I keep because his fur is striped. You know, that's why striped yellow. You know, it's yellow and striped. I keep thinking that means it's like a lightning type, but no. Alright, so, he probably is like at least resistant to physical though. I'm not even gonna try that. I'm just gonna try Mujic. Let's also decrease accuracy evasion. Have Ryuji heal him again. I highly doubt it's weak to anything, but let's try.
Persona! Persona! There!
Okay, blocks Ahado. Makes sense. I bet it might be weak to Koha. I can't believe I hadn't already tried that.
Persona! Pilot win!
No, but I did kill him that way. Very nice. And by the way, Shining Arrows is a really cool looking skill for sure. And also, I'm pretty sure it's Royal exclusive. I don't know if that was ever in the original, though.
It's a step forward.
Well, I just don't remember. It might have been. Are there skills added in Royal? I feel like there are. Just normal skills added in Royal, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, things are real tough and it's just me and you. It'd be a pain in the ass if we got spotted again. Anyways, let's turn off that security system. Heck ye, free.
Takamaki-san, this is bad.
Yep, here is Madarame. Yeah, I'm still gonna fast forward through all this just because I want this scene to be over, frankly. And I also want to just go back to being able to do normal gameplay. I'm probably going to be skipping through a lot of these big scenes unless I just think they're really good and impactful. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to kind of stop
you
here.
to my private security company.
What?
I had it set up to deal with some problematic paparazzi, but I never thought it'd come in so handy.
He's even just kind of smirking here like this. At least in his portrait.
Please, wait, let's...
Talk all you want to the police.
Lady On, let's...
Oof.
A cat? Where did it... There's no point. They'll be here within 2 minutes.
Takamaki-san!
Oof.
Yeah,
Get
let's
the
go.
fuck out.
Hey, look. Come on, man. I can see it.
Oh, that's right. Disable the system. There we go. Disengaging security protocol.
All right.
Sweet. Now the ladies in the courtyard should be off for Gucci. Well, that's mission complete. Come on, let's get out of her. Get the fuck out of her.
Whoa!
Yep, all the way back.
All right.
Yai.
I hope those two managed to get away.
Yee, me too, especially after that scene. Because if they get, like, put in jail, well, that'd be not great. Oh yeah, did they flee into the palace? And how did that actually happen?
Ah!
Oof.
I thought I was gonna die. Hey! Will you let go already?
Yeah. See, the thing, the comedic hitting of dudes, and the accidental touchy thing, and the... I hate that stuff. It's one of those tropes in anime that just I don't like at all, and I wish it was never in anything ever. And I will never write anything with that in there. Guaranteed. Let's go.
We need to get out of here. That said, we have an amateur with us now. Let's try to avoid fighting as much as possible.
I can feel it.
So this is inside of Sensei's heart?
Yep.
A vain museum such as this?
Yep. I won't skip this because this is the powerful moment beginning his transformation into Phantom Thief. I really like Yusuke's arc here quite a bit. Ooh. Yeah, I think you're supposed to... Oh, yeah, that's right. It takes you right through...
This painting!
Do you recognize it? We were thinking these might be his past pupils or something.
But why are there paintings of them here?
Technically, those aren't actually paintings. They're the pupils themselves.
Madarame saw them as objects, so that's what they are in here. Oh, and we found yours too.
We'll talk more later. For now, let's get out of here.
Oofa.
The exit is right there! Who is it? What the?
Talk about bullshit clothes. First a king, now some kind of shogun?
Welcome to the Museum of the Master Artist, Madarame!
Huh? Sensei? Is that you? That attire?
Disgusting.
This is all one big lie, isn't it?
No, that's his
My
life.
usual ragged attire
This is the truth
nothing
here.
but an act. Besides a famous person living in that shack, I have another home. Under a mistress's name, of course.
Some setup you've got.
Don't make me laugh.
If the Sayuri was stolen, why was it in the storage room? And if you had the real one, why make copies? If it's really you, Sensei, please tell me.
Foolish child, you still don't see? Painting being stolen was just a false rumor I spread. It was all a perfectly calculated staging.
What do you mean?
Let me see. How does this sound? I found the real painting, but it can't go public. You can have it for a special price, though. Ha ha! How's that for preferential treatment? Art snobs will eat it up and pay good cash at that.
No.
The value of art is purely illusion. What's the matter with providing that illusion to eager customers? Though I doubt a brat like you would ever come up with such a brilliant scheme.
You keep going on and on about money this, money that. No wonder you ended up with this disgusting museum.
You're supposed to be an artist, right? Aren't you ashamed of plagiarizing other people's work?
Art is nothing but a tool to gain money and fame. You helped me greatly as well, Yusuke.
God, pisses me off. That's your teacher.
But what about the people who believe in you? Who think you're a master artist?
I'll tell you this alone, Yusuke. If you wish to succeed in this world, I'd advise you don't rise against me. Do you believe anyone could find success with my objection holding them down?
To think I was under the care of this wretched man.
You thought I took you in out of the goodness in my heart? Plucking talented yet troubled artists. allows me to find promising pupils and take their ideas. After all, it's much easier to steal the futures of children who can't fight back.
I can't believe this.
Livestock are killed for their hide and meat. This is no different, you fool. But I tire of this little chat. It's time that I...
You are unforgivable. It doesn't matter who you are. I won't forgive you!
So, you repay my keeping you around for all these years with ingratitude? You damn brat! Men, dispose of these thieves!
Get back!
How amusing.
Huh?
I love this.
It seems
here.
the truth is stranger than fiction, huh?
Indeed, I love this. I love this moment with Yusuke so much.
Tagawa-kun?
I wanted to believe it wasn't true. I had clouded my vision for so long. My eyes were truly blind. Blind and unable to see the true self behind this one horrible man.
Have you finally come to your senses?
Yep, he has.
How foolishly you averted your eyes from the truth. A deplorable imitation indeed. Lest you part from that aspect of yourself. Let us now forge a contract. I am thou, thou art I. The world is filled with both beauty and
I love these
vice.
scenes though.
It is time you teach people which is which.
Very well.
Taking off the mask is painful, but it's necessary. That's what this game's supposed to teach you.
Goemon!
It's hard to expose yourself entirely to the world, but and it's really to feel vulnerable at first, but then well, you can
A
be
breathtaking
your
sight.
best self. That's I think what it's
Imitations they
supposed
may
to mean.
be, but together they make a fine spectacle.
All these
Though the
scenes.
flowers of evil blossom, be it known,
These
abominations are fated to
I love the poetic, epic nature of what he's saying here, and also the localization really shines here with just how well
You think
worded
you
it
are?
is.
The price for your insolence will be dead.
And also voice actor.
Where are my guards? Kill them all!
the children who adored you as father. The prospects of your pupils. How many did you trample upon? How many dreams did you exchange for riches? No matter what it takes, I will bring you to justice!
See what you're made of.
Very well, bring it on!
I love that. I love the grins. I love the grins after they persona it up.
You are in the presence of Lord Madarame! On your knees, intruders!
I learned much from you, Madarame. In order to see authenticity, one must be dispassionately realistic. With Goemon by my side, I can now ascertain your true self without any reservations.
And
Persona!
I fucking love his fucking animation style. And just-
I am thou.
also his moveset is also very good. Very, very good, especially later on. Just generally.
Goemon, strike! Persona! Goemon! This is my other self! Goemon, strike! Persona! Goemon! Get them!
Not over yet.
Persona!
Got some options, but we better find a weakness.
Some other way. No.
I don't see a weakness.
We don't know at all what his is. Let's see if like nope.
Yeah, she's coming, buddy.
Ravage them!
Let's see here. because there's no more Ghana,
What's my
I'll do
next move?
Garu. Ouch. That's reflective.
This is my other self.
What about?
on, strike!
Nice. Very nice. Okay. I keep saying Yosuke because it wasn't that long ago that I finally beat Persona 4 Golden. It was a couple of months ago. So my brain keeps saying Yosuke when I want to say Yusuke. Alright. Just because Yosuke is around longer in P4 than Yusuke is. Yosuke is... I think he's literally the first party member you meet. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
This isn't it.
At least, you know, he's like the first one you run into, for sure. Yeah, he's the first one that you actually have as a party member in P4, yeah. But Yusuke is the fourth. So, again, like, the word Yosuke is, because, like, I want to keep saying Yosuke when I say Yusuke. Again, it's a one-letter difference. Japanese words, oh my god.
Yusuke, you've just thrown your bright future down the drain. I'll destroy every chance you've ever had of becoming an artist.
Madarame!
You'll forever rue the day you dared defy me.
Get back here!
Kitagawa-kun!
Why can't I move?
Listen, you're totally drained. You can't do much even if you wanted to.
What a disgrace I am.
Oof, Yusuke hug. No, not quite.
Come on, just listen to her.
Not a disgrace, man. You're just
You've
still
known for
trying to
quite
get used to
some
these
time,
powers.
haven't you?
They're draining. Which I think is also, it could also be tied into symbolism. It's draining at first to let your true self be known to the world. But then you get used to it, and then you can become your best self. You can really be your best self. It's just that's what you are, and you can never really go back from that. You don't want to. Because I'm experiencing that right now in my real life. And it's awesome.
I'm no fool. Strange people have been coming by for years. And the plagiarism was an everyday affair. But who would want to admit that the man they owed their life to was doing such terrible things?
Oof.
Why didn't you leave, Kitagawa-kun?
Well, he is the one who painted the Sayuri. On top of that, I owe him a great debt.
You mean 'cause he raised you?
I never knew my father. I was told my mother raised me by herself, but she died in an accident when I was 3. That's when Sensei took me in. I heard he helped my mother while she was still alive.
Heard?
To be honest, I don't remember much about my mother either. I did everything I could for Sensei. I thought of him as a father. But he changed. To think he would treat the Sayuri, the very foundation of his art, like that.
A lot's happened to you, huh?
When you had mentioned plagiarism, deep down, I knew you were right. That's why I so vehemently denied you. I was simply running from the truth. I'm sorry.
Yusuke hug. He's the most honest, down-to-earth of these party members, I would say. Except for also, I guess, Makoto. But I just... his passionateness. I really, I really vibe with Yusuke on just his level of passion about these things and what he's... and his art, you know? I understand.
I'm grateful for the chance to face what I had been denying all this time.
You're way too serious, man. That's why you're always getting stuck in your own head. Look at me. I just go with the flow.
For real.
I like how she says what is effectively Ryuji's catchphrase for that. I love Ryuji, though.
What are you going to do now?
I don't know.
We can't help the fact that Madarame's gone and changed, but we can change his heart. We'll make him pay for his crimes.
That reminds me, You mentioned something about that change of heart earlier.
Have you heard the rumors? The ones about the phantom thieves that steal hearts?
Yep, that's us.
Don't tell me.
Yep, that's us. Hello.
Oh crap!
We'll talk later. We need to scram.
When did my clothes change?
You just now noticed that, dude.
You just noticed that now?
Yep.
Save it for after. Let's go!
GTFO friends, we.
I see. And because of that, this PE teacher's had a change of heart. Phantom thieves who steal hearts. To think they truly exist.
Right in front of you.
Indeed. I have to believe your words, especially after seeing a world like that. So, your plan with Madarame-sensei, with Madarame, is to force a change of heart, correct? Let me join, as a member of the Phantom Thieves.
Why is everyone surprised when all this happens?
Had I faced reality sooner, this may have been avoided. I must put an end to this, for the sake of the others whose futures as artists were robbed as well. That is the most civil thing I can do for the man who was, in some manner, my father.
I love how Yusuke goes about this and why he's doing this. And again, I really identify with a lot of his, especially his reasonings for things and his eccentricities, because in at least a little bit of a way, they remind me of myself quite a bit in at least some small ways that I'll be likely talking about more as we go along.
Civil, huh?
Sounds fine to me. We're gonna deal with Madarame anyways.
He may have a mental shutdown if we screw up. We have ways to prevent that, but they aren't fail-safe. Remember how we mentioned this on our way here?
Madarame is a man who has the art world under his thumb. He has connections to many organizations. If someone like me raises my voice, it'll only be snubbed out. We have no option but this.
Kitagawa-kun.
It's amazing how resolved he is about this, considering the fact. I think that this is probably the biggest thing I love about Yusuke, is the fact that he has a lot of resolve in his heart, and if something feels right, he just goes for it. That's what he's doing here, because regardless of the fact that Madarame raised him and that he felt indebted to him, and until then, he had completely just shut off any even possible idea that he was even the bad man that he was, that Madarame is here. But now, having seen all of this, it took him, even fucking Ryuji of all fucking people, had to have more of a push from Kamoshida to be like, okay, motherfucker, we're gonna do this anyway, regardless of the risks. But yeah, Yusuke just bam, right away, because he's decided that this is the only option. We need this to change, and this is the only chance we've got, so I'll risk it. Even though the man raised him, and that was a huge, thing for him beforehand.
It's a deal then.
We have a new member in the Phantom Thieves now. I hope we get along, Yusuke.
You better not slow us down.
I don't think he will.
Do my best.
He won't. Don't worry about that. Welcome aboard, man.
Thank you. I ask that you coach me well.
We'll do our best.
Oh, that reminds me. I wonder what's going on with the real Madarame. Yusuke and I were in a pretty tight situation.
Actually, I contacted him before we came here. He believes that I continued pursuing Takamaki-san, and just as you all explained, it appears he knows nothing about his shadow.
What did he say?
He was complaining to the security company how they couldn't even catch one high school girl. However, he's still furious about it, and said that he's going to take legal action against everyone.
Talk about being completely on guard.
Yeah.
Legal action? He's acting way too desperate. Maybe he still has more secrets.
If he were to act, it'd be after the exhibit is over. Any scandal during the show would be his loss.
Right when I think the talk about being a nude model is over, this happens?
We'll have to force a change of heart before then, if we're to dodge this legal action thing. Looks like our plan must be accomplished while the exhibit is still open.
By the way, what is this?
Huh? A cat.
But it's talking.
You have a problem with that?
No, not really.
Why not?
Than other people.
Yes, and I love that about him, and I feel that because I would say that a lot of people think that about me, and I know that I'm a very strange person, and a lot of people do not seem to get me whatsoever, and that's okay. They don't have to. At least now I think that. I used to think they have to, and that's just pain, man. Decide that you get yourself, and that's enough. It's hard to decide that and keep deciding it when you think people when people keep doing things like shunning you or constantly being, you know, like, why are you like this and like that, you know, that kind of thing. And it's hard to, you know, you have to keep deciding that all you really need, the only person that needs to really get you is yourself. You know, it's something you need to keep deciding. And the best way to make sure that you can really feel like that and be grounded in that is just to, you know, be selfish when you're in a... Be selfish when you feel, you know, particularly vulnerable or drained or or just like you're, you know, when you're feeling especially down and just down on yourself or down in general, you need to be selfish. Because that way, you need to allow yourself to just do whatever you need to do. And just let yourself sort of even indulge in a little bit of things that just give you a lot of comfort. And of course, try not to, you know, go so far as an addiction, but I mean, hell, that's what I did when I was a kid to sort of get through life, is just video games and this computer right here. You know, being in this desk at my computer was, in high school, it was the only thing I felt that was a safe place for me, where I could just be myself and do what I love. And I still feel like that at some points in time. And then when I don't, that's when I get up and that's when I work on some other things. But frankly, a lot of those things still involve this computer, because at the end of the day, I'm a nerd and I'm passionate about these things, and I'm trying to make a living out of them. And thankfully, my parents are still supporting me, and they will continue to until I can support myself with what I want to do with life. Because I refuse to get a normal job. The kind of job that doesn't call to me. I refuse. Which is most kinds of jobs. I'm still figuring out exactly how to even have work ethic with these things that I'm doing, but I've resolved, and I just know in my heart that the only option for me is doing the things that I love for a living. And also just generally focusing on them and less on things that are just distractions or just, you know, or things that I feel like I should be doing. You know, the things that I really feel like I should be doing, I end up doing after I've given myself enough time to do the things that I want to do the most, that I love the most, that feel right, too. Not just that I want to do them because they're stimulating or fun, but because there's something there that's deeper and better than, you know, that's deeper, and it's something that I feel like I need to absorb in order to continue onward. And interestingly enough, and ironically enough, in a good way, the more I do that, the more I start realizing I don't really need a lot of the stuff I used to think I need, but, you know, just letting yourself do what you really want, what you're really passionate about, regardless of how much you feel like you should be doing this and doing that and being more social and doing more chores and doing more things for other people. Once you've gotten your fill, then it's really a lot easier to do what you feel like you should have been doing in the first place. You know? Even if your fill might take a long time to get, you need to let yourself be like that sometimes, or else you just get beat down by the world, at least in my experience. So, yeah. You know? Anyway. But yeah, like, basically, being selfish ironically leads to being able to be a better everything, including the more selfless things you want to be. That's what I've realized. And, you know, living by what I love, and it's still difficult. I still struggle a lot with, man, I still haven't contacted this person in a long time, I should. But if I act on just I should, then there's just, it's less good for both of us, you know? If we're all three of us, or however many people I'm trying to contact at that given time, just because I feel like I should keep in touch with them, even though, frankly, a lot of these people are not keeping in touch with me. They wait for me to poke them. So, and then, even if they, you know, are more the person to contact me, I oftentimes think that I should be the one to contact them first, and that, I don't think that's necessarily right either at this point. I just think there's a lot of things that we decide are obligations that we absolutely need to fulfill, and then we basically just torture ourselves trying to fulfill them, when in the end they kind of make your life harder, and perhaps even let those relationships you're trying to keep that way go by the wayside, because by not taking care of yourself enough, you are actually endangering that relationship by, when you're around them, being less able to be the kind of person that they need around them. So, again, what I've noticed is it's really important for me to have my solitude, and while I want to be a more selfless person, I can't right now. There will be times that I can, and when I am able to do that, then I go gung-ho on it, you better fucking believe me. But, you know, I've started to realize that people will probably always judge me about being as reclusive as I am, and regardless of that, I know that I still need to be as reclusive as I tend to be sometimes. And I also know when I need to stop and get out with other people, and then I just do it nowadays anymore. So, again, it's something you've got to sort of resolve and think about. Anywho, continuing on, apologies for that long rant. It's just, again, these games bring up, you know, this game is so relatable, basically, that I feel like it's a really good breeding ground for the kind of thing that I've wanted to do on the internet for a long time, which is talk about these deep things. And I hope that it's helping people. That'd be the fucking awesomest thing.
Do you wish to draw me? You better bring out the best of me in that case. Hey, don't touch me!
I was thinking of ordering some black bean jelly.
I'm gonna skip past this part because it's just more... No, I'm not gonna.
I bet he got that idea from a black cat.
Oh, I didn't bring any money.
God damn it, Yusuke.
Never mind. He's just weird.
No, he's on a different wavelength, and weird. Like me.
Hey,
Hope you're not up to no good. I mean, you could say that, and you could also not say that. Is it up to no good if I'm non-violently standing up to people that are definitely not doing any good? Because I think Sojiro would probably say so, because that's kind of what he said. I mean, he would think that, because he knows the situation, but he's still like, you shouldn't have gotten in between two adults, even though one of them was gonna get fucking raped. Like, I still really don't like that Sojiro thought that way at first. Like, honestly, fuck him for thinking that way. I understand he's extremely jaded and that's why, but fuck that. No, I refuse to accept a reasoning like that and just go on with it, you know? No, like, seriously, but anyway.
No.
Yeah, exactly. What Morgana's saying right here is kind of what I was just getting at. Legal action, this ain't funny. Sounds problematic. police hear about this, they'll totally get in touch with the school. We'll get expelled for sure this time. School would be the least of our worries. We'd end up arrested, unlawful entry, defamation. Guess that means we can't really afford to F it up this time. Yeah, from here on out is what really matters. Let's do it.
We just need to change his heart before he presses charges. Try to focus on that problem for now.
Let's do it.
Indeed. What I'm actually going to focus on right now, though, is actually letting y'all go for the moment. So, I hope y'all have an absolutely lovely day. Like, comment, subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye for now, friends.